Either a day of rest or if it's a day of work, which actually it is for me, I hope that you are promising yourself that sometime in the next week you will have a substitute day of rest. Rest is important. But it's Sunday and it's relatively early in the morning, and so it's time for my daily bibliomancy. I get a book from one of my far too many bookshelves, and I don't choose the book. I let my hand find something, and then I'm going to dip into it, find a sentence, and see what it says. Of course, what I see will tell me very little about the book. What I'm really looking at is how a single sentence from a random book tells me something about me. In some ways, this is true about everything, isn't it? What someone says to you, or the way you perceive someone behaving, may tell you very little about them, but may tell you a lot about yourself. Who was it who said we see the world not as it is, but as we are? So anyway, when I dip into a book, it tells me very little about the book and a great deal about me, the reader of the book. And today, what came to my hand is a book called The White Tiger by Aravind Adiga. I have read it. I remember absolutely nothing about it. That in itself is no reflection on the book. I'm sure it's a very good book. It's a reflection on the fact that I read it quite a long time ago. I've read an awful lot of books, and some details just drift away. So let's see what a sentence from The White Tiger by Aravind Adiga tells me. I've opened it at page 105, first sentence. There you have it. That was a positive side of the great socialist. There you have it. That was a positive side of the great socialist. What a strange sentence. Strange, because it reflects actually immediately into something that I've been thinking about already this morning. I'm reading a book in the early mornings at the moment with my coffee about the commons. The idea that some things in life, intellectual life, educational life, the geographical life, natural resources, are actually belong to all of us, and they shouldn't be privatized and turned into private profit for corporations or individuals. I've been reading about the commons as a way of reclaiming the visionary sense of the future that used to be embodied in socialist rhetoric, and increasingly socialism has become discredited, partly because of the dominance of extreme right-wing ideology, and partly because socialism is is generally wedded to the idea of manufacturing, and we need to move on to a world which is not based in manufacturing. We need to move to a world which is not based in exploiting the natural world. So for many people, I would say that I'm a socialist, but with big caveats around that. And the idea of the commons is interesting to me. So there you have it. That was the positive side of the great socialist. Part of what I am thinking about a lot at the moment as I try to find whatever contribution I can make towards genuinely progressive politics, given that I think we live in an extremely reactionary time, and among the most reactionary forces are many forces that claim to be progressive. What contribution I might be able to make is to reclaim elements of the ideas of the great socialists. I know the great socialist in this book refers to a particular person, but I'm extrapolating. There you have it. The good side of a progressive vision, a progressive force. rather than the binary thinking that we fall into of going, we have to be extremist capitalists because, look at the Soviet Union. Communism didn't work, did it? So we have to accept the utter destruction of all community, utter destruction of the natural environment. Because, look what happened in the Soviet Union. I mean, let's grow up a little bit. Let's go, there you have it. These are the good sides of progressive visions from the past. And because we're grown-ups, we can imagine how to incorporate the good from the great socialists of the past and the great communists and the great anarchists and the great civil rights fighters and all of these people. We can imagine how to incorporate the good from them into a vision for the future. There you have it. That was the positive side of the great socialist. Of course, it means also acknowledging that there are negative sides to progressive visions, negative sides to all ideologies. There you have it. We look at the great socialist, the great visionaries, and say this was a positive side, this was a negative side, this is what we carry forward, this is what we leave behind, we who are responsible for the making of tomorrow. Whatever you do today, I hope it makes some small contribution to a better tomorrow, either in the big picture or just in your absolutely precise and glorious life. Have a great day.